I'm Bobby. Colossians 4:6 says, "May your words be gracious and kind and seasoned with salt, so that you will always have the right response for everyone." So that's why I named this channel Salt My Words, because I need lots of salt in my words. I realized a long time ago that people cannot read my mind. Anyway, I wanted to take you guys along with me and show you how our house and our land and our garden, or lack thereof, we moved into this house a year ago, and the way this house has transformed over that year is quite remarkable. But I figured that if I could show you bits and pieces, then you can help me be held accountable, and I will get some things done that I want to get done, because I'm a procrastinator and I really need help in some areas, especially when I have the mindset to do one thing and then, oh, squirrel. Yeah, I have a hard time focusing on. So one of the first things I wanted to show you is our living room. So this is my favorite part of the house. Yes, this is our fireplace, and it uses wood. It uses we have little pieces of starter wood there in that box, and then as we get the fire going strong, then we can put in the larger pieces of wood. And let me tell you, these pieces of wood don't fall from the sky. We have to actually chop it all up. My husband saws it all up and he chops it, and we stack it, and we have to cart it from one place to another so that it can dry, because do you know it is really hard to burn wet wood? Yeah, we found that out. But luckily now we're starting to get ahead a little, and that's, yeah, notice our walls. Notice there's nothing. We have no decorations. We don't even have curtains. I'm going to put this at the ceiling so that the brightness doesn't get... That's our windows. We don't have curtains. Yeah, we've been in this house for a year. Now, we've only been downstairs just a few months. There's the flowers. This room that I'm standing in now was just a living room. About 15 years ago it was used. The room I'm showing you was a bedroom. We decided that we wanted to join the rooms. So my husband and my oldest daughter, they put a hole in the wall, and I have some pictures I might can pull up and insert somewhere right about here. And here's my kitchen. I didn't bother to clean it spick and span because I want you to see how we really are. You know, this is typical lived-in mess. This is after getting ready for school in the mornings. There's flowers. Again, in the kitchen we have no curtains. Just haven't had time for things like that, I guess. But I do love my kitchen. It's not completely finished the way we want it. Yeah, that's after the morning rush to get out the door, and I'm left with things like this. It's fine. It's lived in mess, and I don't mind that a bit. This is the other side of that archway, and I think it's just beautiful. It's things like this to me that start setting out who we are. We don't have things on the walls. We do have a few pictures up here that my daughter put up there, my son and my two daughters. Maybe a little bit later we'll go outside. I have to water my strawberries. I do have some strawberries. The thing I was talking about is Czech Republic. That's where we live now. We've been here for about 7 years. I'm originally from North Carolina, so you might hear an accent here and there. But, and that's another reason that I really need salt for my work so that I can communicate with people. So the battery died in my camera, so I'm going to try and finish this up on my tablet. Maybe we'll get a chance to go outside and I can show you the front yard and the woodshed and the wood that we still need to get moved around. And we have a lot of work ahead of us.
And another thing I was saying about helping me to hold myself accountable for it is because I have good days and bad days. Some days I can go and go and go and push, but then it's like I'm finished work, the wheels fall off, and I am done. I'm down for the count. Then there's some days that it's just difficult for me to get going at all. And it's on those days that I need that extra encouragement, that extra push. The garden we had outside, the people who lived here before said that they've never really had any success in that area. Maybe the soil wasn't right, maybe the timing wasn't right, the sunlight, the temperature. They've never really had any success. So we took it down. We just decided it's just going to be grass. It's easy to mow the grass, and that's what we set ourselves up for. We're trying to set ourselves up for this year to have a pretty low maintenance yard. We have so many activities going on, so many things to do, so many projects, and that's another reason I wanted to start this channel, because I figured you guys can help me. We try to make our own jelly, jam, preserves, whatever you want to call it. We try to make it, and we don't do it always, but we try. Strawberry is the best. The first year we made strawberry jelly, or preserves. Marmalade is the Czech word for marmalade. The first year we made that, we used only strawberries and sugar. It was absolutely delicious. The best strawberry preserves I've ever had in my life. But we realized that most of the time when people make preserves or some kind of like strawberry jam or jelly, that they will put in bits and pieces of apple. And it makes that one where you get like maybe, I don't know, 10 jars, you can get 15 and you can't taste the apple. So the next year we tried that. It was good. Not as good as the first year, but it was still good. So I think we're gonna go back a little on the apple, and we also messed up because we put it all in at the same time. Well, duh. Apples are harder than strawberries. It's gonna take them longer to break down. We need to start cooking the apples before we do the strawberries, but that'll be the end of the season. That'll be harvest time. And hopefully we'll walk outside after a while. I'm gonna go change clothes and into house clothes, which is another fun fact about how we live here. Now I just have on a long sleeve t-shirt with a flower on it because I had some errands to run earlier. And when we get home, the typical thing to do is to take off the outside or these type of clothes and put on house clothes. Now what we do in house clothes is be in the house. Yeah, anything we do in the house, we usually have house clothes. And then if we're going to go outside and do any outside work, we put on outside work clothes. If we're going to go to work, like we have different clothes. We change clothes so often here. And shoes. When we come in the door, we take off our shoes and put on slippers, like bedroom slippers. I wear like Crocs. Most of my family wears like, it's the cheap version of Crocs. We're not that fancy. So we wear Crocs, but that's what we wear in the house. And when we walk outside, I have a different pair of Crocs that I wear for outside. One pair is gray, one pair is black, so that I don't get them mixed up. And so I go outside and I water my plants, flowers, whatever I'm going to do outside, I do it in those black Crocs. And I'm going to start in my kitchen. That's one of the good things about having the fireplace. We burn pretty much all of the papers that we can. Whenever we have any kind of paper towels or anything that we're using for any kind of paper, we burn it. If it's small, it goes in the small heater. If it's big, it goes in the big heater. Now the big heater, I can show you that also. The big heater is how we heat our entire house. Okay, that seems fast, right? So I got my counter cleaned off and I got the dishwasher cleaned out. So I've got some Kool-Aid made for kids when they're coming home, and I've got some tea, sweet tea that I'm going to be making. I think I'm going to sit down and have another cup of coffee. I've had my first morning coffee this morning and haven't had any since, and I'm tired. We'll go outside later.